Today, I'm going to try and get through a little stack of comics. Fun little variety of items. First, from Greg and Fake, the creators of Santos Sisters, we got American Nature Comics presents. This is kind of just like a teaser of things to come. Different comic books that I'm assuming are coming out in the near future. And there's a good variety of different little teasers and stuff. Nothing that really pulled me in or anything like that. You got a round table in here. You got questions and answers, all that going on. All kinds of stuff from different creators, and finding out information about all kinds of things that we might see in the near future. But yeah, it just didn't have anything that pulled me in. Anything that really was like a complete story or anything like that. I personally think. I mean, $6 cover price. And you got New Santos Sisters, an exclusive work by Josh Pettinger, Rich Tommaso, and Adam Tinius. Today's indie creators and yesterday's classic books, What You Can't Miss. 3 of America's best local comic shops share their roadmap for building community. $6, I want at least one good story in there. But none of these really had any completion as far as I was concerned. I could have read them wrong, who knows. But this felt more like something that should have been a free comic book day teaser or a freebie on the counter that kind of like tells you about some stuff coming out in the future. Throw some previews of certain comics in there or something. And I love the Santos Sisters, but this was not at all what I was expecting. Got Army of Darkness Forever with our awesome Tony Pleeks cover. This little dude, Demon Dude, is a Necronomicon himself. He's the main Necronomicon that's hanging out with Ash in the future Ash. See the other 2 Necronomicons here. This one takes place in this story. There's a character there's a variety of Deadites and characters that are after Ash, of course. And evil Ash is after good Ash, and got the little Ashes and all kinds of different Ash-related characters throughout this story. But I don't know if Pop Mon is a new artist in this. I was not thrilled with the artwork. It feels like it completely changed on me from issue 9 to issue 10. Very cartoonish. I don't. That Ash's facial visuals and stuff, it just didn't feel like Ash to me. But the story was awesome. It's still going great. But I don't know if they swapped artists partway through the run or what, but I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. But in this story, one of the characters that is coming after Ash thinks he has the right Necronomica, and he opens up this one, which happens to be the one that's the sucking portal. The one from Army of Darkness, if you remember when Ash went to the three Necronomicons in the cemetery, and he opens the one and just sucks his face really long. That's the one that the guy opens up and causes all kinds of problems with. From the World of Minor Threats, which I got the trade finally. I haven't read it yet. I haven't read anything but maybe some teasers of some Minor Threat stuff in the past, but we picked up Barfly. We did review this, Anthony. It was mainly reviewed it on Crimson Color on the last episode of Crimson Color Comic Club, which will be coming out probably soon. And I just threw my 2 cents in there. You got Patton Oswalt, Jordan Bloom, Kyle Starks, Ryan Brown, and Nate Picos. I've learned that anything with Kyle Starks and Ryan Brown is going to be very interesting. All kinds of fun little background stuff. We basically got our Barfly character being abused by everybody. His boss at his fast food restaurant. He gets abused by the gridiron ghoul at a bar that he hangs out at. He has some characters that want to use him on some type of con mission, and they plan on leaving him hanging high and dry in the end and screwing him over, but some things happen along the way. Lots of fun things, like this Goliath beetle friend of his that's in a zoo. He's like, well, you can break out of here anytime. He's like, no, I don't want to break out of there. I like it here because I get fed and I get to watch the humans stick their fingers in all kinds of different holes of theirs. And you see a little kid picking his nose outside the cage. But yeah, like I said, he works in a fast food restaurant and his boss is just very, very rude to him and just very abusive along the way. He just has all kinds of problems, and we get to see some stuff going on with a guitar and a possible band thing in the future. So hopefully, there's going to be a little band jam get together type thing going on with a few of the characters that we met in there. But yeah, you look in the background, there's all kinds of fun things, menu items and stuff like that. I mean, uh, fried mustard and stuff. when I just before I ended up on the streets of Arizona, I was down to my last pennies, my last month of rent. I basically took, I had a little bit of lard in the house, left like a can of Crisco or whatever the hell. So I put a little bit of that in a skillet, fried that up, and all I had was some ketchup, mayo, and mustard packets. So I tried to make little pancakes out of them packets. It didn't fry up good, needless to say. But yeah, it was fun times. Fairy tale team up: Robin Hood and Van Helsing. This is an alright story. I liked it. It just leaves you at the end knowing that there's going to be something in the future that's going to come out also from this. But we get when Robin Hood discovers a nest of affluent vampires running an underground club in New York City, she quickly realizes she needs the help of Liesel Van Helsing, the world's foremost vampire hunter, to take them down. Robin Hood goes to the club, hangs out, checks things out, finds out that a couple bouncers throw a dead body in the garbage can outside. And then there's a couple other bodies that apparently appeared here. She deals with a vampire wannabe character in the beginning. Uh, Kind of gets very well noticed with what she's doing and has to deal with some vamps and stuff along the way that are causing some problems. But she goes to Liesel's to let her know what's going on. We find out that Liesel knows about this club, been watching the club for a few years, and knows that it's a bleed out club, but they don't kill the people. And it's run by some ancient vampires. And we find out about them and what their plan is. There's one rogue vampire causing some problems. They do some things with Liesel to get some help for them with their troubles. And we find out also some things that they have planned. There's all kinds of twists and turns, but I love the team up of Robin Hood and Liesel Van Helsing. Robin Hood's got a little too jumpy attitude, likes to jump into things without thinking. But yeah. Next weekend, I think it is. We got Fan Expo Chicago coming up. I just picked up this flyer just to see what they all had going on. They got lots of things. Of course, your normal cosplay and all that, Q&As and stuff. But yeah, Cole Sprouse, Marissa from Riverdale, Marissa Tomei, Richard Dreyfuss from Jaws, Adam Savage from Mythbusters, stars of Charmed, Shannon Doherty, Rose McGowan, Holly Marie Combs. From Firefly, you got Marina Baccarin and Alan Tudyk. From Saved by the Bell, you got Mark Paul Gosselaar and Mario Lopez. From Seinfeld, you got Larry Thomas, the Soup Nazi, Phil Morris, Wayne Knight, Patrick Warburton, Sean Gunn from Guardian of the Galaxy, Ben McKenzie from Gotham, which I'm finally catching up on the last season and a half that I haven't seen yet, so I'm trying to finish that off. Sophia Botella from Rebel Moon, Johnny Young Bosch from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Butch Hartman from Fairly Odd Parents, Beverly Hills 90210, O-Stars, Jason Priestley and Shannon Doherty. I think they're the only two that ever do anything from that show anymore. Anime voice stars from Naruto, Chainsaw Man, One Piece, Spy X Family, Hero Kid, Justin Briner, Zach Aguilar, Johnny Young Bosch, stars of Transformers, Has Been Hotel voices, Gray Delisle from Scooby Doo, Pinky and the Brain, Fred Tatascor from Star Trek Lower Decks, Jim Cummings from Winnie the Pooh, Cameron Monaghan, Baldur's Gate 3 people, Yuri Lowenthal, Roger Craig Smith, Tara Platt, Zach Aguilar, Fred Tatascori. I thought I gave them a charter. Yeah. Trisha Somerset. Yeah. All kinds of characters from Star Trek, Star Wars, Scream, Daredevil, including Vincent D'Onofrio, Terminator series, Mark Hamill live event, autographs, photo ops, Ultimate Transformers experience, all kinds of things happening. There's some things that are special items they'll be representing at the event. But yeah, I just had to see who was there. Just curious about it. And then I don't think I've heard of Magma Comix, but we have a Magma Comix preview. You get 3 different things in here, starting out with the principles of necromancy. I don't know any of these people. It's like Jackson Lanzig, Colin Kelly, Amon Winkle, Jay Photos, Sean Lee, Buddy Kurnow. So, not familiar with those names offhand, but set in the fantasy universe, bereft of magic. Necromancy follows Dr. Jacob Eyes, one of a small number of scientific physicians who have set their minds to the task of curing the ills of the world. But the young Dr. Eyes isn't satisfied simply to cure the sick or be known as a wizard to curious peasants. No, he has set his sights on defeating the only malady doctors are expressly forbidden from curing, death itself. Definitely some fun, interesting artwork. It looks like a major, lots of blood and guts and gore. The things we find out, I'm not going to show the last page that they give you for a teaser, but definitely gets into some very gory events in the future with the necromancy part. The scale trade, I was hoping to see some teaser of. The only teaser we get is this page. I don't know why, but it says, not your trophy. Oh, it says, help stop the scale trade. Not your trophy, not your medicine, not your jewelry, not your delicacy. They're obviously taken from the dragons and they're using the scales to make all kinds of things. And so the dragons are being killed off and they're complaining about it. But seriously, you're worried about dragons? I mean, one bite they eat at like what 100 people in one bite. It's like, yeah. Then we got Silicon Bandits, Jason Starr, Delabor. I don't know any of these people from any of these comics. Steve Orlando, Megan Wang. In 2089, in the aftermath of the most recent World War, the former United States is controlled by 4 trillionaires, and artificial intelligence has taken over most jobs. Kenji Sato and Aurora Withers are among the lucky ones, employed by a prestigious robotics company. When they're terminated too, replaced by the very androids they created, the couple hatches the ultimate revenge plan. And it's just basically got that iRobot feel to it, but in the future. And they're basically making AI android type robotics characters that are gonna, who knows, eventually. And the way that it is kind of, And it's set up for the military because they have a thing where they put this little wire in your brain and you control the AI unit and can talk to the AI unit and all that stuff. So, like a general in the military can sit there and have a bunch of wires in his brain and control a whole platoon of people by just thinking what he wants done. And yeah, and they're done that. Just another story like that of our future failures. And then I got Marvel Free Spotlight. These are been pretty good. I mean, they're pretty thick. You get some good stuff in them. But they start out with an interesting story. And they're all little short stories with some new characters and stuff. But we get to see what's going on with Cyclops and some new people in X-Men. Fire Baptized Species by Jed MacKay and Ryan Stegman. Definitely has a interesting collaboration of characters that they start teasing you with. But yeah, I'm not sure where it's gonna fully take us. I'm not a Scott Summers fan, so I'm not huge on X-Men, period. I like that after each little short story, they give you some artistic rendering of some of the characters from that story. And you also, of course, get different character creator profiles and stuff like that in this one. We get Phoenix teaser coming out in August of, or no, on sale July of 2024. So that came out last month. This next one I was debating on, thinking about checking it out, but I don't know. I might have ordered the first one, but then I decided to just hold off and see what's up with it. Same with X Force. I think I may have ordered the first one, but yeah, I think there was a sketch cover, so I probably got that at least. A nice little Gail Simone interview in here and stuff. I like this one. Uh, the story was a teaser for Uncanny X-Men #1, where we got Wolverine, Rogue, Gambit, and dealing with this big old dragon character, and the dragon talks. So will be interesting. He's kind of more like a viper than a dragon, but yeah, that story I wouldn't mind at least seeing the beginning of it, seeing where it's going. X Factor coming out, and so many new ones. But yeah, these are nice and thick. A lot of mine, and there's just all kinds of. And then an exceptional X-Men teaser also, which that one I'm not really sure on any of those characters or anything. That one seemed more of a teaser for other people, but a nice little Wolverine thing in the back. But yeah, these are great books to pick up at your local comic shop every month. They've been having them. They also had July Marvel must-haves, also another thick one. And this one, this I was kind of bummed about Kid Venom. I got a note today in an email from my comic company, and issue three was canceled. And so I go, what the hell? Couldn't finish out the story with the third book, or it might have been the cover that I ordered. But yeah, the Ringmaster doing a little story here with his hypnotism, mind control stuff going on with a bunch of other super characters and stuff. Yeah, a nice little group of Marvel characters right there. I love that with Spidey, She-Hulk, Daredevil, Spider-Woman, Miles. Just nice little collaboration of characters, but yeah, just like the other one, lots of teaser stories in here. No real, uh, no Q&As or anything like that, but you do get a lot of good storyline in here. Some a good variety of pages for each one. We got, let's go off the back here. You got The Amazing Spider-Man, number 39, collected in, it's part of the gang war run. You got Avengers number 7, collected in Avengers by Jed McKay, Volume 2, Twilight Dreaming, trade paperback. These are all representing the trade paperbacks. Spidey was from the Volume 9 Gang War trade paperback, which I just couldn't get into that storyline. It's basically gang fights with superheroes. Then Moon Knight number 1, collected in Moon Knight Volume 1, the Midnight Missions trade paperback. But yeah, it was a nice thick one. Good display of those storylines, so you get gist of what's going on. I was happy with what I learned from Gang War. Just in there, that's all I need to know from the Gang War run. I got Spawn 355. I quit this run for a while, but this one's pulling me right back in. We got some characters again that we haven't seen in a while, and some new ones that we're dealing with. We're focusing more on the the Earth World characters, the tree characters, and stuff like that. That are also controlling some things behind closed doors, behind the closed hell realms. Had things all set up to happen after the events of whoever took the throne. But yeah, we're seeing Spawn have to deal with someone that he was working with prior to the throne events, and now that person's working with the forest folks, and it's just he's coming back to Spawn, saves him and 2 other characters from basically probably being wiped out, because they got their butts kicked pretty good, and now that they don't have powers and stuff like that, they could have been fried by people that still have a little bit of power. So it's it with the events that have brought upon us in this issue. I almost want to get a couple more, but yeah, I had to take a break from it. So there's so many new Spawn runs that just started up again, and I'm following like 3 of them. And the Violator one I didn't even touch. I'm gonna wait for that one to come out and trade. And it's just, yeah, too much on my platter at the moment. We got Universal Monsters, Creatures from the Black Lagoon Lives, the final issue, issue 4. And look at those covers. They're just awesome. So much awesomeness. But this, I really love how they did this story. I mean, the way they pulled this, Dan Waters and Ramby, the way they took the creature, made the creature a murderer of a different sorts. I don't want to give everything away, but and then how it twists with them and then the girl with the creature, and then you got these hillbilly gangsters. I can't think of the right word at the moment, but that are hunting down whoever, whatever. Everybody has their own opinion of who the creature is, and or dealing with the serial killer along the way that drowns and kills people. So everybody's crossing everything over with that. So it's just a wonderfully done storyline for this. Way better than Dracula one. That one I just didn't feel had anything really new to offer. But yeah, where they're going to take us with Frankenstein, I'm really curious. I hope they do as good a job as they did with Creature. But yeah, I'd love to see this put into film format. I'd like to even see it in black and white, but for as far as a film on Svengoolie. But yeah, it was very fun. I just don't want to give anything away with it being the final issue. I was holding off on the Werewolf by Night. Well, number 1, I wanted to get the Werewolf by Night Red Band edition. issue 1. For some reason, it wasn't available for me from my supplier for that month's catalog, which was June or July catalog. I think it was the June one. But then yesterday I had to run up and pick up my previews catalogs at Comic Shop, and they happen to have this Saturday morning cartoons cover, which I do not remember seeing in the catalog. I was really happy about that. I'm like, that is cool. I have to have that. So I picked it up. And this runs off the blood hunt. The blood hunt rages. Around the world, something mysterious is happening with the Dark Force. For reasons and forces unknown, it has been extracted from those living superhumans who wield it, while the mysterious architect of this catastrophic turn of events is busy with his own violent designs. A growing shadow reaches across the earth. And it's just, we get into our character, we find out that we're dealing with a whole new Werewolf by Night character. I actually like him. He's still got to grow on me a little more, but not too bad. I believe he's a American Indian heritage. We get to see him come across a sect of young kids doing some demon worshipping, summoning type events, and they allow a passed away family member to possess a live family member. And all kinds of things happen. Our Werewolf by Night character just happens to be there, so he gets into the events. We find out we got like vampire cops running the streets and all kinds of things happening. But yeah, I really like where this story's going to, and I'm definitely gonna pick this trade up down the road, but I just wasn't sure how many they were gonna go with. So I wanted to see, because they're gonna have a lot of covers that I don't know what. So I'd rather just pick up the trade so I can get all the covers in the trade. And then the final little thing is another little advertisement type thing. Chip Zdarsky has a new thing out now. It's called Zdarsky Comic News. And it's like how to lose 10 pounds from your comic collection. The next saga doesn't exist. Sorry. Comics versus manga. How to pronounce distillery. So I heard someone not long ago say Distillery Comics. They don't really have much. It's like they got Chip Zdarsky. That's all they need. But yeah, you get fun little updates, what's going on, what's to come, some little games in here. It's only one page folded up, so 4 pages. You got a variety of different titles on the back from Distillery and stuff from Chip. But yeah, this is fun, and it talks about how he's gonna be bringing these out every month. So you can check out Zdarsky.substack.com. He's got mangasplaining.com. And he's got his next appearance is Rose City Comic Con in Portland, September 6th to the 8th, which my niece lives out there now. It's like that'd be awesome to go to. My wife's going to be out there a few weeks after that. But yeah, this is, it says right here, welcome to the inaugural issue of Zdarsky Comic News. Are you tired of being tricked by Chip deepfakes on the internet who keep telling you that if you write them 500 or if you wire them $500, they'll put you in a Batman comic? Well, this publication cuts through all the fake news in order to let you know that it's actually $750 for Chip to do that. In future issues, we'll have sneak peeks at upcoming books, terrible takes by Chip, fun games, tasteful non-nudes, etc. We hope you enjoy it. And now, I get to sign this even though I wrote it like someone else wrote it. God, I really need an editor. Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm looking forward to those. Gonna have to go to my comic shop to get them apparently, because they aren't available through my online distributor. But yeah, that was nice to see. I like to see these new little freebies promoting stuff. More of that from some of the more independent style creators, because I just don't think they get their voice out there like Marvel, DC, and IDW do. So look for those at your local comic shop, and I will do more of these soon. Sorry it's been a bit, but I just been having a bad couple of weeks, so trying to get a lot of stuff done, get caught up, get some things care and dealing with some things that I don't want to deal with. But enough about that. Keep following Crimson Color Comic Club, rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us some likes, check out Crimson Color Comic Club, and we will be back with more of these soon. All right, bye.